Welcome to ComSpark TV. We're coming live to you from Indianapolis, Indiana today. My name is Jeff Teeter, and I'm on the Executive Host Committee for ComSpark. And today I'll be your guest host. We are here today with Jay Stanley, who is the Vice President of Information Technology at DWA Healthcare Communications Group. Welcome, Jay.
Thank you very much.
Hey, Jay, let's start out the conversation by talking about digital transformation and the impact that it's having on businesses today, how it's permeating businesses. And you see many organizations actually going to external third parties for core business functions and IT functions.
Yep.
Are you experiencing that in your organization?
Yeah, we are. Our company is probably on the small to mid business, size. And what we're really seeing is those non-core activities, the non-strategic activities, we're really looking to move to third parties. And so help desk, desktop support, those kinds of things, infrastructure management, we're sending more of that to third parties and leveraging that to those groups to take care of those things so that we can focus internal resources more on strategic work.
Okay.
It's been a good mix for us.
Okay, so the non-core.
Yeah, the non-core, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes we refer to that as they keep the lights on type business, so you can focus on things that issues that you leverage your business.
Right. We just find that we end up spreading ourselves too thin, basically trying to keep everything up and running, especially a little bit smaller company. And so what we focused on is what services can we take outside to a third party? What things should we really focus on internal? How do we best refocus our resources so that they're really looking at things that enable the business and move the business forward as opposed to just keeping the lights on?
Great. So associated with that, the next conversation that comes up when you talk about taking things external is cloud and cloud technology. Does your company have a formal cloud strategy?
I would say so. Maybe not like some. There's lots of different kinds of cloud. Today, we're not in the public cloud space, and primarily has to do with our customers and where they're comfortable having their data. So a lot of our resources are sitting in private cloud, with our hosted data center, and then we do have some co-located resources in that data center. Also, we moved everything pretty much offsite. Nothing in a data center that we own. So, future plans over the years will be to migrate more into the private cloud or even into a third-party cloud like, AWS or Microsoft or something like that.
Okay, yeah, those are you named the big two there.
Yeah, and really it's more of a journey to get there.
Right.
Because today, there's still varying levels of comfort with where you put your data and your systems, and we focus so far in the private cloud space, but not in our environment. We're not managing it, somebody else is, and that's been a good mix for us today.
So certainly, yes.
Yeah.
So when cloud as a word, as a description for that environment first came out, and as a decade ago, some of the early justification was thought to be that there would be financial savings. Are you experiencing that as you look at that?
I don't know that we see so much from a financial savings perspective. We can at least make it cost neutral, maybe a little bit on the positive side. But really the focus again is what core services are we going to focus on, and which ones can we give to somebody else to manage? Struggling with things like disaster recovery, now we can leverage the cloud for more of a, disaster recovery as a service, which we're doing. It just makes it so much easier for us to manage that without having to manage, data backups, tapes, any of that kind of technology. Now we leverage the data center with their technologies to do those services for us. So non-core services, again, in our strategy to move somewhere else. And the cloud facilitates that for us quite well.
Okay. And then related to that, and that actually especially a important topic here in Indiana, is the people resources needed to staff an IT organization today. Unemployment's at a low.
Yes.
Which is good. Except if you're trying to hire and staff people. So talk about what you're experiencing both from a availability of staffing, and then the skills as we're going through fast technology changes.
Yeah, and the availability of resources in Indianapolis, it's tight. It's a tight market. It's really hard to find good people. And again, why you want to focus more on the strategic. When I pull people in with those skill sets, I want them working on strategic work. Let somebody else deal with the non-core things, the non-strategic, and finding resources. And you can do that work many times in other parts of the country, those kinds of things. So that's helpful for us. So finding resources is a bit tough, finding the right skill sets, thinking about how you engage people also in the business, because I tend to think a lot about that. When I pull resources in, how do I really get them engaged? Well, I can get them engaged on things that are a little more exciting on the strategic side of the business than I can on the side of the business that does a non-core type activities. So I think about that also. It's not all about money. Money is a piece of it, but how do I get people really engaged in the business and wanting to do that work? It's a very personal thing. It's how do I, as a leader, engage with them, get to know them, figure out what makes them tick. And those are the kind of resources that I think we tend to keep.
Okay. Well, hey, Jay, we appreciate you sharing your thoughts and your leadership in the information technology in this marketplace. Again, we've been speaking with Jay Stanley. If you want more information, please visit ComSpark.tech. Thanks again, Jay.
Thank you very much.